Hi everyone, hope you're ready to work out today. We're about to get started. I've borrowed a warm-up from one of my old videos because it was raining a lot this week and I didn't want to be out in the garden too much. So you may have seen this one before, but we are going to start with our spotted dogs. So just switching the feet back and forth and raising the arms up just to get the heart rate up. If you're avoiding impact exercises, possibly because of your neighbours or because of injuries, then just rapidly switch between 2 squats and 2 sit-ups repeatedly for the next 45 seconds. Okay, so around about now, just bring yourself down to the floor on your knees and one hand. Bring one hand to your temple and then rotate yourself so that your elbow touches the opposite arm and then reaches up to the ceiling. Do 3 and then swap sides. So now lower down onto your elbows and toes into your plank position, and we're still going to be rotating one side up to the ceiling, but just let your hips turn and let your feet pivot as well for this one. And now rolling over onto your back, and from that position we're going to bridge the hips up, squeeze the glutes, walk your feet out as far as you can, keeping your hips off the floor, and then step back in. You may need to reset your hips each time if they drop too much, but just walking out and walking back in just to warm up the glutes and the hamstrings. So now return yourself to standing. We're going to go for some side lunges. So taking a big step out to the side. When that foot gets out, you're going to squat over it. So one leg is bent and one leg is straight. You should feel that stretch in the groin. And now for the last part of the warm-up, we're going to prepare our hamstrings and our glutes and our lower back just by folding over at the hips, reaching for one foot, and then changing leg. You can see I've got one foot in front of the other, just so I prioritize that side as I reach for the toes. I'm not rounding my back into it too much, I'm not reaching with my shoulders, I'm just trying to fold at the hips. Okay guys, so we've got about 20 seconds until we start now, and we're doing complexes today, which is kind of like a flow between one rep of different exercises, and we're going to build them up one exercise at a time. So to start with, all you have to do is your kettlebell snatch, which we've been practicing the last couple of weeks. Just pulling the kettlebell in one motion from hip level to right up overhead. Start with your right hand, and we're going to use the right hand for all of these exercises to begin with. Use that momentum from the hips and really punch your arm out straight at the top. Keep the weight close to your body on the way up, don't let it swing away in front. Good start, guys. We're going to move on to our clean now. So you're going to pull the weight up to your shoulder and catch it on your forearm, not letting the wrist bend back. Every time you catch it, you're going to drop down into a squat. And you're still using the same arm as you did for the first exercise. Although, as we've said before, this should be mostly about the momentum from the hips and the power in the legs. Good work there, guys. Our next exercise is our shoulder press. So you start with the kettlebell in the same position you just caught it in, and then you're going to just press up overhead. Very standard shoulder press. Reach up nice and high at the top. Be sure to avoid leaning back. If your arm gets tired, try to keep yourself under the weight. So this is where we put it all together in your complex. We're going to do one snatch, then we're going to drop it down, we're going to do one clean and squat, and as we come up we're going to press the weight overhead. So snatch, clean, squat, press. Keep thinking of each exercise we've done so far today: the snatch, the clean, the squat and the shoulder press. Let them flow together and keep cycling between them. Really test that brain power on this one. Hold those exercises in your mind and keep flowing between them. Well done, guys. Hope that worked out for you. Now we're moving on to the left hand and we're going back to just the snatch to start with. Remember, pull the weight close to the body and punch the arm up straight at the top. Left arm now. And moving on to that clean to squat. Remember, catch it on the forearm, keep the elbow out and drop down as low as you can into your squat. Now on to our simplest exercise, that shoulder press. Push the weight out of your rack position and up overhead. Try not to lean away from the kettlebell or lean back. And again, it's time to put them all together. Snatch, then clean, then squat, then press. Let them flow together. Think of it as both times you're trying to get the kettlebell over the top of your head. It's just that one time it takes a detour into a squat first. Snatch, clean, squat, press. Keep working through those. Well done guys, that's the first round done. Don't be too put off if you were struggling to remember those movements, they will come with time. If you're really not putting them together, then you could just do 3 reps of each. So 3 snatch, 3 clean to squat, and then 3 press. We've got about 10 seconds and then we're back to the snatch on the right arm. Remember to pull the weight up over your head in one smooth motion with that power from the hips. And now it's our clean to squat. Guide that weight into the crook of your elbow and then squat down. Remember not to flip the weight over your wrist. And it's time for the shoulder press now. Reach nice and high at the top. And now it's time to put them all together. Snatch, clean, squat, press. Nice work guys, now it's time to change arm and go back to the snatch. So now it should be the snatch with your left hand. Really get explosive guys, fire that weight up to the top position. And onto our clean to squat now. Changing levels from up high to catch the weight to down low into that squat. And onto that shoulder press, press that weight up nice and straight, reach for the ceiling. And onto our complex again. 1 snatch, 1 clean, 1 squat, 1 press. I'm sure you guys have got that now. Really go for it. Great work, guys. Time to rest again. You've got 30 seconds and then we're on to round 3 of 4. As always, I'm going to stop talking now so you can turn it up, get some music going on, or you can mute it completely and get your own tunes on. The only thing then is you won't hear the timer, so probably just stick with my music. Hopefully you like it. If not, let me know what you'd like to hear in the comments and I'll try and find a copyright-free version of that type of music for you. Great work, guys. Hope you enjoyed that workout today, and hopefully you got a grasp of the complexes. We'll be using them again in future sessions. You've got about 10 seconds left of this time just to get a breather, and then we're going to start with the stretches. Again, I'm using an old cool down video because it was raining and the ground was soggy and I didn't want to stretch in the mud. Okay, so for the first 10 seconds you need your arms out straight. You're going to keep your chest upright and you're going to hold that pigeon stretch, taking some nice deep breaths. And then for the second 10 seconds, you're going to lower down, as low as you can. Just relax into that stretch. And then it's time to change sides, back to the straight arm version. And then lowering down onto the arms. For the next stretch, we're just going to roll up the mat or whatever you're using to stretch on, just for a bit of cushioning for the knee, and we're going to go upright into our hip flexor stretch, pushing from the glutes and the hips, not leaning forward from the lower back. For the second 10 seconds, we try to grab the foot and increase that stretch on the quads. Can be quite tricky on the balance, so if you've got anything to hold on to, then feel free to use that. And change side, we go back into that kneeling hip flexor stretch. And then taking the leg. You'll see what I mean about the balance being an issue on this one. And relax, we're going to go into a calf stretch now. First of all, a very typical straight leg calf stretch. Just use a wall to support your weight so you can push your heel down. Should get that stretch down the back leg. For the second 10 seconds, we're going to bend the knee. We're going to stay in the same position. Just bend the knee over the toes. Should feel that stretch move a bit lower down on the ankle. And change side, back into the straight leg version. And then we're going to bend the knee into that second stretch. And we're done, guys. So excellent work. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you later this week for more classes. Have a great week.